All right, who's ever had this happen before? So I'm starting this LR4 and this is what happened. Like, I can't even see in here. I'll try to walk out here so you guys can see from the outside, but yeah. It totally smoked out everything. All right, so we're in this Land Rover right now. So what we've done so far, you guys saw all that smoke that it was just bellowing out, right? So we're in here trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. So I got Matt right here working on it, and we've already removed a couple of things. And so we got our throttle body off.
Yeah, we went ahead and removed the throttle body. It's just 4 10mm bolts that go across it. The throttle body is coolant cooled. There's 2 actual coolant lines that pass through there to help cool down in the throttle body. You don't need to remove those. You can actually just kind of plop this thing out of the way. But some of the stuff that we were finding upon working on it was somebody's been in here before us. We got some tape here for the PCV trying to hang this thing together.
That's gonna work.
Also got some zip ties for the coolant line that feeds the throttle body. And then, yeah, just even this alone wasn't even plugged into our intake system, which it sits over there. So that in itself can cause a lot of issues, a lot of oil blow by inside. So we went ahead and put the hand inside of the intake manifold and confirmed that there actually is a whole bunch of oil on the inside. So our next step is to actually remove the intake manifold to do a thorough real inspection. So.
Okay, so just dipping your hand in there, show your glove, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's all
Here.
just from the back of that.
I'll put my hand in there,
Just putting his
yeah.
hand in through that. And keep in mind that it slides downwards, so he's not able to reach the inside. But look at this oil right here. It's just soaked. So that means the oil is going to settle down in here further down, right? Because it's kind of slanted that way. So just where he's able to put his hand up to, which is going to be right about here, he's coming up with that much oil.
And it is completely saturated.
Yeah. So, and it kind of smells like gas too,
It does,
doesn't it?
yeah. It does have a fuel smell to it. And that does make sense too, because if this is open, the vacuum line is open, we have unmetered air going past the mass airflow sensor. So the vehicle is going to run extremely rich just to protect itself because it doesn't know how much air is actually going in there. The computer can't see that. So automatic default, dump as much fuel as it can into it. That's kind of why we have this fuel smell to our oil. So
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was also kind of running very rough.
It
right?
was.
It wasn't
yeah.
idling
It was.
very good
No,
at
it was
all,
not
so-
idling well at all. It acted
Yep.
like it had a vacuum leak essentially.
Yep,
So and that's what we
exactly.
found. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
A big vacuum leak.
A big one.
All right,
yeah.
so we're going to keep going here. We're going to pull this out. We're thinking what? Just some bolts here on the side?
Yeah, we're going to remove these 10mm all the way across, a few Torx. Looks like they're T30 bolts here up top. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get this intake manifold, and then we'll do an update and see what you guys, so that way you guys can see what we see. So, there.
All right, so we've actually had to take off the fuel line right now because that was kind of in the way after removing the, how many bolts was that?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 10 bolts in total.
10 bolts, and it's just these guys right here, 10 millimeters.
Yep.
And so now we've got that line that was the high pressure line that was going on top of this. So at this point, we should be able to try to pull that up, yeah? So it comes right up.
So now we can actually see inside the intake manifold here. Let me get you a better light.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is completely filled with oil.
Yep.
All the way back.
Yeah. Okay.
So that explains
That
what was
explains
going
that,
on.
yeah.
That's just the joys of working it out of here.
So this may still be attached somewhere here in the back. So we've got
Let's have a look now.
this. What is this going to, this vacuum line?
So that looks like it's part of the event, so we'll get that off of there as well. We'll see if there's an easier disconnect somewhere, probably over here on the
So
side of
there
the
is a
throttle. Yeah, on the side of the
pinch,
valve
yeah.
cover. Just pinch and pull that, and then it looks like we have, is there anything else? Maybe a wiring harness? Clip. Yeah, there is a connector that sits back here as well too. So I'll bring this up so that way everybody can have a look.
Yeah, there's a connector.
There you go. Yeah, there's a
electrical
connector there.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and that
Should
looks
be
like
able to
about
put
it.
it-
Yeah, so just this back hose here, and then we'll release that connector, and we should be good. So go ahead and remove the entire thing. So.
And that comes off in 2 places. It also comes off over here.
Oh, it does?
I don't know if that's
Oh,
going to
nice.
be
Yeah, let's
easier,
go
right?
ahead and we'll just pull that one.
Yeah, that looks to be that
For
sense.
sure.
You got two hands.
Right?
I got camera hands.
I got camera hands. Go ahead and get this removed as well. There you go. So get that one up out of the way. I'll try to get this free. Sometimes those can be a pain. Just make sure you depress that all the way. If you do not, it'll just snag on you and just cause you a whole bunch of problems. So, all right.
And one more?
One more.
Oh, so that doesn't disconnect it from
but
the one
we
you were
still
talking
needed
about.
to,
Yeah.
Which is
I thought,
okay.
yeah, I thought you could just get it off of that, but clearly.
Can't really see back here, so I'm trying to get it off. Sounds like it wants to.
The people at home on camera, they're like, we can see
We
that.
can see
Move
it.
your hand down.
Move it.
It's like, well, we can't see that.
I'm trying to feel around here, okay? See if I can get it off this way without breaking it.
Yeah. So the thing about all these clips is that they're all going to be super brittle because they're in the engine compartment, right?
Yep.
So you want to be careful as you're taking them out because you're more likely to just snap, break things than you are to take them off the way they were supposed to be taken off.
And expansion and contraction is a real thing with plastics too. After a certain amount of time, they only have a few, there's a life expectancy on it with heat cycles. And plastic just becomes extremely brittle when it comes to heat cycling.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind as you're working. Take your time.
They're
Do
not,
the right thing. Don't break the connectors.
Yep.
And that's what it takes. So
They're not cats. They don't have
they're
9
not
lives.
cast. Yeah. Exactly.
And the clips in this car, all sorts of European cars, the clips are always so funny. You think it's just a
they're
push
like the
tab, it's a
weirdest
lift.
things, yeah.
It's always something strange. Like, why don't you just make it a pinch and pull? It's like a lift and pull, and the clip is upside down.
Right.
And it's always something
Something.
scandalous.
Always. All right. There you go.
Oh,
See,
there you
like
go.
this one. So I just figured it out. If you actually put your pocket screwdriver in here, you can access the backside of the clip, lift up and pull at the same time. That'll save you from breaking the end of this connector. So that's the last thing you need.
All right.
All right, so now we're ready to take it out. Let's go ahead and remove it. Oh, dude.
Ooh, flip it around.
Oh.
Flip it
I'm
around.
so sorry. I got it all
That
over
all
the
came
drive-
out of that?
I just moved it and it flew out at me. So I'm sorry, Marcus. I got your driveway.
First oil stain on, on the driveway.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, dude.
That's all right.
I had no idea.
Let me grab
We lost half of it in the driveway already, so I can't show you that. But here, let's do this. Look at all the oil that was inside the intake manifold. It's still going.
Oh my God.
That's over, what, probably about a quart of oil?
That's a quart of oil.
And it's still coming. Holy cow, dude.
Oh my God. And I ran it one day. I was like, hey, we should just be able to run it and burn this
Right?
off. That would have never
No,
burned
this
off.
would have never burnt
Yeah.
off. Yeah, it would have never burnt off.
How many years of oil or months or how long does it take to collect this much oil in
Oh,
here?
an extensive amount of time. Like, yeah, it's going to be, a while for this to occur. Or something extremely failed. Like,
Yeah.
like we said, the PCV system wasn't even hooked up. Like,
Yeah.
they could have been running that for God knows how long. So, yeah, so now we're uncovering all this mystery along with you guys. So, that's the game plan. But that is a lot.
Damn.
And it reeks like fuel.
Is it? Because it's not the right consistency
No,
for
it's,
oil,
it's
right?
not.
It's
you
weird.
can see that it's like
Yeah.
super, super watery.
Yeah.
almost.
It's been thinned. It's
Yeah.
thin. It's clearish. It's
Yeah.
not.
It
Yeah.
doesn't have the consistency of oil, but
Yeah.
you can definitely tell it's there.
Yeah. It's an
just
oil of some sort, a
smells like
hybrid
fuel.
oil. Hybrid, yeah. Maybe the car thinks it's a 2-stroke.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, we're gonna get this cleaned out. Take a
Okay.
look at the intake valves. Make sure there's nothing sitting on top of the intake valves before we put the manifold back on. And then yeah, we should get this car to stop smoking.
Nice.
So that's the game plan. Look at all that. It's still coming out.
Yeah. So we thought, so what? What? This is, dude, this is insane.
This is nuts. The
How
amount of-
much? Over a quart.
Over a quart. I'd probably say
Over
a
a
quart and a
quart.
half
Yeah.
at least.
We should have
Just the
measured
amount
this.
that we kind of spilt on the driveway too.
Yeah.
It was Marcus's fault, not mine.
Yeah, no, it was totally his fault.
So we're just trying to get as much as we can out of this, get it cleaned up. We're going to go ahead and go through and walnut blast the intake manifold valves. Just because the amount of just nasty soot that is all over them is probably the best thing to do for this vehicle.
Yeah.
Let's just get her running good, and then that way we're not dealing with any more smoke and have a nice running Land Rover.
LR4. Yeah, yeah. Now check this out, guys.
LR4.
You can actually, so when we come on here, you can actually see in this one cylinder right here, it's kind of started draining down in there, but there was a bunch of oil in here. Matt, it's actually not a good thing, well, depending on where it's resting. Should these be open or shut?
Well, right, like it's all dependent on fire.
Where it stopped,
so, like,
yeah.
where it stopped at when the engine was shut off.
Yeah.
So you could have open valves in there and it could be dropping onto the piston right now.
Yeah,
but
so
that's
it's
okay,
all...
that will burn off. We're going to try to get out as much as we can.
Yeah.
And we'll rotate the engine and make sure that they are closed as we do the walnut blast, and that way we don't contaminate anything on the inside of the engine as well.
Yeah, but they're super lubricated right now.
Super
those
lubricated. I mean,
cylinders.
hey, they're lubricated with fuel and oil. So,
yeah, exactly.
hopefully that'll work.
So we don't have to worry about them having been worn out. They're completely lubricated. All right, so quick little video, right, just to show you guys what was going on with this vehicle. Obviously, some really crazy stuff with how the oil got in there. We're still trying to figure out. Maybe somebody's watching this and you're like, oh yeah, I know what happens with that. But just from our combined knowledge, it's like, how do we actually get oil in the engine to that effect, right, to that point?
Yeah, up into the intake manifold, it doesn't make sense. The copious amounts of oil that were trapped inside of there. I mean, even if we had a leaky intake valve stem seal, like, it's not gonna dump 2 quarts of oil inside of there, and that would be, you know, like one specific cylinder. It's all of them had that. So I mean, either we have really bad valve stem seals all the way across, but I highly doubt it, to be honest, because this engine was actually running pretty okay prior to that. I mean, it was just smoking a lot. So our next step is to get everything cleaned. We're gonna go ahead and replace a few of the gaskets there on the intake manifold, get everything buttoned up and take her on a cruise. But yeah, if you guys have any insight, please let us know, because I'm curious as well on how that even happened. You know, there's some bad people out there in this world, and potentially it could have caused this issue, but we'll find out more. So
yeah, so yeah, I showed off something malicious like that going on. It's like, how do you actually get 2 quarts of oil, right? The pan or the manifold or the intake is still over there right now, draining, just a bunch of oil coming out of that. So we're like trying to work through, maybe it came up through the cylinders, maybe blew right by the pistons, maybe the pistons forced it up. And we're trying to go through all these scenarios to try to figure out how could it have happened, but nothing really makes a whole lot of sense. But we're also not per se Land Rover specific professionals, quote unquote. Yeah, I just don't know.
yeah. And yeah, I mean, like we said earlier, if you guys have any insight on it, like, please let us know. I would like to learn about this. So
Yep.
yeah.
So we're going to continue building this, guys, until it's absolutely running great. That's the idea and the concept for this vehicle. We actually have 2 of these right now that we're working on. And this actually had a blown fuse.
It did,
that was
yeah,
the first thing that happened, right?
And they said it needed an ECU. And
Yeah.
Marcus went through and did some diagnostics himself, and then found out it was just the main fuse that was blown. That
Yeah.
wasn't providing any power to the ECU, so that's why the vehicle wasn't starting.
Yeah.
So after that replacement, he was able to get the vehicle running, and then we found this issue that I had a whole bunch of smoke, and this is what we find. So
Yeah. So we're just working through these issues little by little
Yep.
and fixing what we can. What we want to do, we want to get it running first, right? We don't want to pull the whole engine out and do this complete rebuild. We just want to get it running first so we can understand what's it running like, what's
Yeah.
it feeling like, and then drive it around a little
the
bit, and then
transmission? Yeah.
how's the transmission.
Yeah.
And then when we start fixing it, we do a more complete job that's based on reason,
Yeah.
not just the fact of, hey, we got a bunch of money, let's just pour it into it. We want to actually work through it and talk through everything that we're discovering,
Yeah.
so we can talk about it and say, this is what was going on, this is how we addressed it, right?
Yep, 100%.
So-
I completely agree with that too.
Yep.
Not only that, and it's educational purpose. We're learning along with this as well too.
Yep.
We're having fun, just hanging out and ripping apart motors like any other dude in the garage. So
That's right.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Peace.
Peace.